you come up for a breath. You give a bunch of stuff to Gregory to turn over to whomever.
Mm-hmm.
You buy some new weapons, and you're resting, right?
Mm-hmm.
For how many days?
I only need to rest one day.
Just overnight?
Yeah, just to get my spells back.
Okay.
Maybe to collect, if we're looking at, we have to figure out how or why or whatever with this undead that's traveling with us. Barry.
I'm so glad you remembered his name.
He's easy to remember. He's not a gnome. It didn't start with a G.
Oh, better watch it. I might make the next NPC start with J. You'll never know he's there.
Corey will be like, oh, we're going to have this guy. I'm like, what is that guy?
Make him a thief.
Yeah.
Perfect disguise.
Right?
The G name.
The G name. So DM, I want to, like, what is the character that's with us? What's his name again?
Which one?
The G name? All right. So we're resting. So right now on our agenda, Ray, is the undead. Are we doing anything with him?
So magic users and clerics, they can't reverse the undead, right?
Necromancer can, but then they're still dead.
Well,
if you mean, can you make a currently deceased but moving thing back into something that is alive with a heart beating?
Resurrection.
No. Doesn't resurrection kill them?
Raised dead.
I think raised dead also kills them. I mean, I could be wrong.
We can kill him and then make him raised again. I don't know.
I
don't think that works.
I don't think that's how it works.
No.
Even if you did, he'd probably be mad at you.
I don't think he can safely travel with us because we'll be constantly worried about him. Because he can't fight. I don't think he has the strength. Now, he could sit like at the back of the party, but he'd just be a constant nuisance. But I also don't want to just kill him because he's already survived a bunch of shit that he didn't need to go through, and somebody killed him.
I mean, maybe it's the point of finding out how he died and why he died, and maybe that will resolve an issue.
Did he say how long he remembered being down there? Like, how long ago this may have happened?
He said it was the last blood moon when he was at the wheat field, and he woke up kind of after a journey.
And DM, how long was the last blood moon?
Middle of spring.
So months.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, if it happened like a couple days ago, maybe there was something we could track, but not months later.
Unless you're Sherlock Holmes, I guess.
Right.
You're an elf. You don't have a beard.
I know. Oh, to be a dwarf.
Or no.
True. All right. So, by the way, I didn't go up a level either.
You were saying?
Can we check in with Gregory and the other magic users and see if they have a place for him for now? Maybe we can find someone that can help him, or maybe they can help him. Because I really don't want to just kill him, and I don't want to just send him off into the wilderness.
I want to go to Mary.
Who?
His girlfriend. They hit him over the head with a broom.
Yeah, maybe she knows who killed him, or maybe she has an idea.
Maybe she knows the rest of the story, or a part of the story.
We should probably still leave him with Gregory so he doesn't get hit with a broom again.
No, it's okay if he gets hit with a broom again. It ain't gonna hurt him. Not like he's gonna die. Sorry. Undead and all. What do you think? I think we should. Maybe he can get information out of Mary that we can't. I think that's her name.
Either this guy was important or Mary was having an affair and Mary was in the way.
This guy seemed to be, he said he was just a wheat farmer.
Right, so there's no way he could have just been majorly important enough to kill. Because it sounds like he was not just beaten, like he didn't just lose a bar fight, he got straight up assassinated.
Actually, I want to go to his farm.
I agree.
Straight up. I want to go to his farm, see if he can remember where he was in the farm. Maybe there's something on the farm or under the farm, under the land that someone wanted or needed or whatever. Maybe he unearthed something with his plowing.
Right.
So I want to go there first because that's the only quest we have on our plate, and we're kind of creating a quest with it, I guess. So I want to go to the farm and see what we see.
Okay. So you have Mary take you to the farm.
Yeah.
Okay. You see that
You were prepared for this. No, I'm not looking at it. I'm just saying you were prepared for this.
No, actually, not at all.
Really?
No.
Where'd you think we were gonna go?
I thought you were going to just head on to the mountains to the wizard guy.
Oh, is that what you want us to do?
You can do whatever you want.
Well,
This is where it can help.
this is a side quest.
We invented a side quest.
Yes, you did.
Well, you put an undead in our path.
A friendly
Now
undead.
we're gonna test your improv skills.
Or ad lib.
Admin skills. All right, so we're gonna go to his, see if he can remember anything.
He could take you to where he was lightly buried, but the place has already been taken over by new farmhands.
Is it far? Because
I mean, the farmlands themselves are trash at this point because of the earlier siege, but
So the farmhands that own the property now, is it someone that he knows? If he saw him, would he know who they are? Is it a rival family, or just trying to figure out why he got killed?
Oh, did they kill him to take his land?
And if so, we can just kill them. Great. You've been revenged. Go die now.
Or intimidate them into leaving his land.
Well, pretend he's a ghost.
I would say that they were like cousins or family friends.
Oh, so they were friends. They weren't enemies. They weren't someone trying to get his land for whatever reason.
At the very least, not that he knows of.
Okay.
See, that's not true though. Family squabbles generally can run even deeper than just neighborly. If they had, if they wanted to expand their part of the land, they could have taken it from him.
She's saying that the guy didn't think anything like that was amiss.
No.
No.
Okay.
You have a fucked up family. Sorry.
No, I've watched a lot of TV shows.
That's TV, not reality.
But that's absolutely. Where do you think stories come from?
My stories do not come from TVs.
Well, this is all fantasy, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I like how it also says that despite the intended start that he has for the thing he wants to send us, and is something that he has described as being commonly seen in movies.
No, it was to explain to you what I was looking at, so you would understand. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, we are in the year 2024. Basically, nothing you can think of hasn't been already thought of before.
I know, right? That's why I keep saying
repeating someone else.
That's why I keep saying originality doesn't exist anymore.
No, not really.
It hasn't existed for like 75, 100 years.
I mean, that might depend on that. Yeah, that might depend on exactly which genre you're looking at.
Well, right, but that's the thing too. Even all these movies now are based on or pulled from books. that have been around since who knows how long. Like every idea stemmed from another idea, some sort of inspiration.
I've seen that a lot in anime too. Like a lot of the original animes are like really good, but translate terribly into manga. But like so, like all of the current anime are just rehashes of manga or light novels.
Right, like if you think of classic monster movies or horror movies, those books go all the way back to 1800s or earlier. So the idea of, I forget, it might be 1850s when like some of the original monster books came out. But that's besides the point. Those ideas were then just adapted. And now, granted, I don't believe in having an idea inspired by another idea is technically unoriginal, but the idea still came from somewhere else. The spawn of the idea.
What an idea that is.
Okay, can we get back to the movie now?
The movie? No,
Back to the game now. It just occurred to me how off track we were getting.
We do that all the time. But yes. So it seems like this might just be an unnecessary side quest.
It depends on how much information Sun is willing to give, if she has anything in her brain for it or not.
Right.
But I don't want to work terribly hard on it. Let's go visit Mary.
Okay. Barry doesn't want to go back to Mary. He doesn't want to be hit by another burrow.
We'll protect you. Don't worry about it. We'll protect you, Barry. I just want to talk to Mary about why she hit you and what does she know about how you died.
So,
because you can't remember.
So I guess he'll reluctantly take you to his old home where Mary is. Mary opens the door and she is disgusted with the very sight of him.
Because he's dead? Okay, so the question I have is, why isn't she freaking out because he's dead? And he's up there walking and breathing and talking.
Why do you think she hit him with a broom the first time?
Do you know how he died? Do you know who killed him?
No, and she doesn't care.
Why such animosity?
Because all the other undead are, evil and stuff.
No, I get that, but why do you not care that he's dead? He was supposed to be was it her husband?
No, boyfriend.
Boyfriend. Generally, you would still care if your boyfriend died, unless something happened beforehand to make her not like him.
More importantly, she said, because all the other undead are evil.
To her knowledge, anyway.
So she hasn't met other undead. I'm thinking to myself,
well, she
have you met many undead?
This is the first undead she's met.
Oh, so she's only going by stories.
What else would most people go by?
Here's an undead who's not evil.
Yeah, and they've also been seeing undead up in the valley that's been, they don't see the one directly north, where they
Towards
used.
the mountain, isn't it?
I mean,
we're gonna fight undead, brother. So Barry, we're gonna go to this mountain. Apparently, we're gonna go through hordes of undead. Do you care? Do you want to stay here? Or do you want to come with us?
He does not want to stay in a place where he's going to be constantly,
Attacked?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
He'd rather come.
at least we don't.
He'd rather possibly be attacked by creatures and bandits than hit with a broom.
Yeah, but at least we don't have to feed him.
Sure.
Yeah, he'd feed on the corpses.
Yeah. He might actually be useful by getting us through some of the undead areas by the stink of him. If he rubs his stinkiness on us, we might be able to get through some of the undead without getting attacked.
You want him to rub on us.
It's like a cat. You know what I'm saying? They put their smell on you. They mark you as theirs.
Or maybe we could just move with him. I'm not sure how that science works, but it seems. I don't know. The idea of him just rubbing on us without. It does. I don't know if the scent masking would work just that simply.
Probably not, but I'm just using a for instance.
Everyone likes ideas.
Apparently, my
Maybe
ideas suck.
I didn't say that, but maybe he could have some way to communicate with them and be like and make them not want to attack us.
I like how Discord cut out the last like half second of your sound effect.
Ah!
There you go.
Well, like I said, I don't want to just leave him high and dry, and I don't think there's anyone we can just drop him off with. So I guess he's coming with us.
Sure.
What do you think?
Sure. I agree.
Because if we leave him here with somebody other than the priest, they're probably just going to kill him or run him out of town. And if they run him out of town, he's going to die. Or if they kill him, obviously he's going to die.
He's dead already.
They're right, but they're gonna I don't know, not kill him, but just try to make him fully dead, not undead.
Undead?
I guess.
All right, we'll take him with us. We're fully stocked, right?
I'm gonna go check on my wolf in the stables and see if he's healed.
Okay.
What was the HP that you had him as when you put him in?
I think maybe 10 or something. He was less than half health.
And did this place have any healing potions or anything like that?
You only found the healing souls at the
Okay,
apothecary.
now, Is Shooter?
We should also
Where's
check on
Shooter? Where'd Shooter go?
He's still healing, I think, or he was anyway.
The wolf is now at 22.
22? Okay, I'm good with that.
You guys left Shooter at the barber, the
Oh, that's
medieval
right.
hospital.
So we're gonna go visit Shooter, see if he's how he's doing.
Yeah.
Incline.
Shooter is not fully healed, but he's able to bring him up out of bed and himself out of bed, and he wants to apologize for all the trouble.
He didn't cause any trouble. He's fine.
Of course not. You're our friend. We'd do anything to protect you.
We're just glad you're alive.
But if you felt like it when you're healed, that ointment, that might be great for all of us.
He would love to. He says that he's realized that he is not very well suited outside the forest. So if he's not going back to the forest, then he'll have to split up with you guys. But when it comes to mid-autumn, to meet him in the hills to the east of the poisonous meadow, in or just before the middle of autumn, since there's only a relatively short window to gather the plants needed, and they will only work when prepared fresh.
Okay, so the question I have is how far away, like how much time frame are we looking at 2 weeks? Are we looking at 3 months? I don't know.
He would guess his best guess, like 50 days.
Okay, so we theoretically should have enough time to go up the mountain, kill the wizard, and come down and go learn Kyoto's ointment.
Before everyone dispatches, he wants to give everyone one of his temporary poison vaccines as a token of his friendship and gratitude. Those things that he gave you before entering the poisonous meadow.
Yeah.
The onset time is 10 minutes, and it works for 2 hours. But it's only well effective against the contact poisons.
Question:
Of
How long in game time should it take to train and raise the griffin?
a lot longer than what you might be thinking, because first it has to grow up.
Right, but I'm just wondering how. Cause I'm wondering if it has an accelerated growth rate. Are we talking about years in game time? Just a baseline idea.
Well, here's the thing: it's half eagle, which birds grow fast, but it's also half lion, which do not grow fast.
So it grows moderately.
Well, I'm looking to see if they have.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
The training requires the expertise of an animal trainer for 2 years. So at the very least, it will require 2 years of experience. But I imagine that is also for an experienced trainer. So we might have to argue 3. I might make a check. Who knows?
Because I'm also kind of worried, unless Shooter, I want Shooter to get back up to full health, but I'm worried about. I mean, obviously gameplay wise, but I feel bad sending him that entire trek back to his forest alone.
Well, his forest is, a couple hundred meters or whatever to the edge of the forest. So, and once he gets back to the forest, you won't have any penalties for not being in a forest.
So it's not like he has to go all the way back to the original town where we started.
Correct. That was actually on the edge of his territories. I say territories. I say territories, but it's I can't really call it a territory. It's more like he generally never goes that far. But right. Even though he knew there was a town there.
Yeah, I get your meaning.
He normally spends all of his time in the midst of the forest, after all.
All right. Thank you. Any lasting words of wisdom for us as we depart?
Don't actually go to the meadow. The forest between the meadow and the hills is full of choke creepers. The eastern hills run north and south the whole way, so you can just head east from here and follow the hills south. It'd be a lot safer.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. I think that's how it went.
Is Klein around, or did he like?
Well, he's certainly not in the barber.
Thank you.
You're gonna look for him.
Yeah, I want to make sure we contact with him too before we depart.
You find him in a shady spot near the training area in the back, watching the guards do their training.
Okay. Hey, Klein, what up?
Looking at how laughable these so-called soldiers' skills are.
Yeah, they pretty much are. But hey, listen, we have a new friend, Barry. We can't leave him here in town. He's a friendly. He's scared. He's not sure what to
Yeah,
do. But we have to head up towards the mountain to finish our adventure to get to the wizard that's creating all this animosity and evil throughout the world here. You interested in coming with us, or are you content to stay here? There's a lot of undead to fight. Excuse me, Barry, I didn't mean you. But
and in turn, it will further protect the city where your new love resides.
so theoretically, there's a valley that's got a lot of undead that we have to get through. Your skills that are vastly better than ours, way more powerful than what we could ever do. We could really use your assistance if you want to help. Mm-hmm. I believe I think there is. We were told that there's a valley north of us before the in the valley next to the mountain that is riddled with undead. Now, whether we see any or not, I don't know, but it's up to you.
We're likely to face some serious foes trekking this mountain, and we could use someone of your skills at our side.
On the other hand, Rev, if he's not with us, we might be able to get by without anything attacking us. Just saying. No, I didn't say that in real life. Didn't say that.
Unfortunately, Star Valley is still fitting the heft of that blade. So I'm afraid it won't be able to be as much use as you seem to believe. I will make sure. Excuse me if my voice cracks.
Are we into puberty? Are we calling?
Shut up. I will make sure
Would you-
that I am keep on guard in the meantime.
Thank you.
Okay.
As he leans over, you sort of see inkling of a scar on his neck peek up over the collar.
Give me 2 minutes, y'all. I'm gonna get some more tea.
Okay. Best viewers on. I assume that is a fake scam thing.
Okay.
I don't know what that one is.
Like this is a typical. Um, this is a typical equipment list for a standard thing. Backpack, small pouch, bedroll, 3 candles. By the way, I have 3 candles. I know you told me you only had 1.
Well, that's because that's all he put in his equipment list.
50-foot rope. It's elven rope. Spell book, because I'm a rogue. Mage. 1 week rations. 1 can. Belt knife and a belt.
Okay, why'd you tell me?
I don't know. Just so I could tell you that that's like a standard. Like you might have like a few more things, like an extra cloak, or like I didn't write cloaks or clothes down, but that's typical. Like I didn't put any pitons. Normally a rogue would have pitons or a grappling hook or something of that nature. But that's someone who lives in the cities. I don't live in the city. I don't need them. right?
What, you moved to the city?
Picking up more torches before we leave.
Torches, torches.
Okay.
I'm picking up more torches.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go by chalk.
I knew that was coming! Okay, one thing at a time. Torches, 1 copper.
Huh?
Yes.
I can probably get away with about 4 in my pack.
Now, you said you wanted chalk, huh?
Yes, please.
50 copper each.
For chalk?
Yes.
That doesn't sound right. I swore it was like 2 copper.
Well, guess what? I'm allowed to alter the prices depending on my campaign setting.
Okay.
That's why I'm looking things up every time.
All right.
So I guess what she's looking at is that her world is still new.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of need for chalk. The fact that you actually found some.
Are we talking about just one piece of usable chalk?
Yes, I assume so, because the asterisk means that these items weigh little individually. 10 of these items weigh 1 pound.
Okay, so I'll just buy 1. Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, if you imagine how much chalk equals 1 pound, then divide that in tenths, and that's how much 1 piece of chalk is.
Right.
You have a pound of chalk?
No, not a pound.
Is that a pound of chalk?
How much is it? Let me see it.
Well, it's not like he can feel it. We just need a visual.
Yeah, I definitely don't need that much chalk. I was thinking 1 of those.
Right.
Don't touch.
It's not sold by weight, it's sold by volume.
So I'm gonna guess that this is definitely a pound.
There are rough conversions.
Not on this.
Just here looking.
I'm gonna go look.
Well,
We got you. You asked the question.
I'm not buying a pound of chalk.
We know that, but we want to make sure you know exactly how much 1/10 of a pound of chalk is.
I'm pretty sure the weight is negligible.
Yes, but we want to make sure that we know how much you can use it, though. How many driveways can you color with a single piece of chalk? True. He's being so meticulous over there.
This is 1 pound.
Only 4 of them?
I believe these are in ounces, right?
No, it might be in grams. Last time she used it was in grams.
Much commitment.
You're right. It was in
Grams.
I wasn't trying to be difficult. I'm just trying to mark the way we came in a dungeon.
We're not trying to be difficult either. We We're just now apparently obsessed with making sure we have this right.
Oh,
Right. I don't know what you call one piece of chalk.
That's why we're looking it up.
Right.
Okay, so this box is basically 1 pound.
That's what I thought.
Told you it was a pound. So you guys
Pick out your most full crayon over there. I mean, they're crayon shaped. That's just sort of the name that came out.
I want to see how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. So one of these is a 10.
That is actually remarkably accurate to the way these things are being sold, apparently.
So one of these is 1/10 of a pound.
And that's all I figure on carrying. Maybe 2 at most.
Right.
So there you go. This was a 9.975, but there was 3 pieces left, and they were broken up.
Right.
So I'm assuming this is like just over a pound.
Yeah, it's probably sold in pounds.
Yeah.
So when you say 30 copper for one, are you
50
talking about
copper.
a pound of it?
50
Or-
copper for a single piece.
A 10th. 50 copper for a 10th.
No, not dyed, of course.
Right, but I don't need it dyed. White is fine.
Yeah, chalk is so great. It's one of the few materials that just comes naturally white.
You know, here's the thing, right? You never know what question you ask at this house.
Right.
I mean, like who else has like these little tiny scales that can weigh out grams or ounces? You know what I mean?
Probably everyone else that's actually involved in cooking.
I don't know. He's got crayons, chalk, just like this.
Probably most people with little kids.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
That does not mean that you throw away your chalk.
that's what happened.
I mean, you'd just be surprised what we can do in this family.
More importantly, what we hoard.
Yeah, there you go. What we hoard.
What anyone hoards, really.
Anyway, the chalk side quest aside.
I am so glad that I checked for chalk beforehand. By the way.
Come on, see, this is realism though. I mean, this is the fun part about playing D&D. Next question. What else you want to measure?
What else you want to try and buy?
I already got my silver arrows, and so did Fighter and Carter.
Well, actually, they couldn't afford anything now.
They couldn't afford any silver weapons, even daggers.
Well, we can put up some money to help them.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. How much silver do they have, and how much does a basic silver weapon cost?
They only have the 10 that you gave them.
Okay, and how much is a silver dagger?
Dagger. Where are the daggers?
First of all, what weapons do they use?
One of them has a warhammer, which I don't think you can use against a lycanthrope because it needs to be pierced. Generally. Now, I'm not sure how...
No, that's not true. There's a lot of undead that can only be hit by blunted weapons. Most undead has to be hit by blunted weapons, not sharp weapons.
Silver blunted weapons?
Any blunted weapons is just like ghost stuff. You can't hit with a piercing weapon or a slashing weapon. It has to be blunted.
Well, right, no, I know that, but that's why I'm saying if we just get them a dagger or a short sword, they can carry their original weapons, but be able to defend themselves against...
Right. Well, that's why I asked what kind of weapons they use, so we can get something that they actually use.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Carter uses a warhammer. If we get a silver warhammer, it's going to be expensive, it's going to take time to make, and it's not going to make any difference against...
Right, but he may have access to a short sword, dagger, quarterstaff. We don't know what weapons he can use.
Well, first off, he's too small for a quarterstaff.
I know, but I don't know what weapons he's proficient in that we can buy. That's what I'm asking.
I was waiting for a gap in the conversation.
I know. I was trying to explain to him why I was asking that question.
Okay, gap in conversation.
Go.
They are both proficient in Warhammer, and Fighter is proficient in Arming Sword.
That's it?
Yes.
An arming sword?
It's halfway between the short and the long sword.
So if I bought them daggers, they would have negative effects.
Yes, they would be penalized for using them.
How penalized by how much?
-2.
Well, that's for fighters. I'd have to look up for priests.
Well, we can't afford to be buying them an arming sword and then train the other one in a whole new weapon.
We don't have time for that.
Right, but I'm just thinking if we buy them silver daggers, they can at least try to do something, because with the weapons they have, won't make any difference against those type of creatures. But at least if they have a dagger, even if it's at a disadvantage, they can do something rather than not be able to do anything.
He's got a good point.
Because we don't have time to train them in new weapons right now, and we don't have the money to buy a silver arming sword and a silver warhammer, and or if a silver warhammer would even make a dent on a lichen type creature, because I do believe for a creature that's only damaged by silver, it has to pierce the skin.
No.
Well, I don't think just touching it with silver, hitting it with silver would do anything.
Yeah, pretty much. The difference is that an iron blade will cut it, but it'll immediately recuperate.
Right, but this is a warhammer. It just crushes.
I understand that, but as long as the silver hits the body part, it can't rejuvenate the damage. I mean, you can still split the skull. You know what I mean? With a good hit on a head, you're gonna splatter the skull.
And that's just what I'm trying to wrap my head around as far as like it being silver or just being a warhammer. Because
And here's the thing: is in Dungeons and Dragons,
yes,
a lot of undead are not what you normally find in a movie.
right. Well, I'm not thinking of undead. I'm thinking more of the specifically where lycanthrope susceptible to silver creatures.
Okay.
And like you were talking about, well, not, but so to shooter had to put the wolfbane in their bloodstream for it to damage them.
In the wound for the wolfbane to have an effect on them.
Right, and I'm just thinking silver. Generally, silver as a sword is supposed to pierce and cut and cause permanent damage. But I'm just thinking if the warhammer won't, if a warhammer doesn't completely break the skin, it can't really do damage. That's what I'm thinking. But obviously, it's not my rule. Because I'm thinking of were type creatures as being susceptible to silver, and when they touch silver, it burns them. But I'm just not sure.
Does damage. If they touch silver and it does damage to them, wouldn't a silver warhammer do damage to them as well? As long as it's touching silver? What I was trying to get at, an iron sword will cut them, but immediately seals up. A silver sword prevents them from healing up.
Right.
That's all it does. It just prevents it from healing, so their damage they take is lasting.
Well, I guess it comes down to the DM either way.
And when you get bludgeoning damage is real. So you can bludgeon someone to death.
Oh no, I believe that. I'm trying to envision if a silver weapon as a bludgeoning tool would work in that capacity. That's just what I'm unsure of.
And that's probably why you're not a DM yet.
Probably. As a DM, if it were my game, I'd say no, it needs to be a piercing or slashing weapon.
Until you actually read the character they're fighting and it says, any silver weapon affects them. Well, shit. That means a quarterstaff, a dart, a hammer, anything that's silver affects them.
Anyway, what have you come up with for costs or time to create?
Just for the daggers. Do they have silver daggers to purchase? Because Ray does make a good point with just getting them that, and so we can be on our way.
so they can at least have something to defend themselves with, even if it's at a penalty.
It might cost like 10 electrum.
Each?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and buy 2.
What about Barry? Does he use any weapons at all, or can he use a quarterstaff, pitchfork?
I was gonna say he actually would be able to. He actually probably would be able to use things that he would have been using in the wheat fields,
like a quarterstaff or a
like a flail or
No.
comma.
Really?
Those are harvesting weapons.
Not flails.
Yeah, that's what you use to get the grains off the wheat. That's what that was originally from.
I was thinking of a sickle. To cut the wheat.
That too. Both are used in wheat.
Okay. I will purchase something for him because he's spending the electrum on the other two.
First off, let me write down those daggers.
I'd rather them be able to do 2 damage or have a chance to hit, rather than them just stand there unable to do anything.
And you wanted flail, right?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Sorry, or sickle?
No, whatever he can use that's fast. Maybe not a sickle because it takes too much room. But like a flail's fine. Do you think a flail or a comma would be better?
A comma?
Yeah.
That's generally a short sword, isn't it?
No. It's like a dagger.
Well, comma is the harvesting weapon. It's like a sickle. It's the pole with the thing that comes out. It's like a miniature scythe.
Yeah.
Since he's undead, I wouldn't say anything that requires a certain level of dexterity.
So flail it is.
Because I would assume undead to be a little bit, especially a new undead. I would assume them to be a little bit clumsier.
I don't know, but can I ask you a question? Does he have a problem with the sun?
He does not.
But I wanted to ask you that since he came up. I kept on forgetting.
My skin.
Oh.
Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong thing.
Which one? I had a couple.
Were they good?
Yes.
Thank you.
They're soft.
Okay, that's why I got Italian cookies. Yeah.
Mm.
They're supposed to be soft.
Yes, they were good. They did not taste like shortening, which is good. Dude, I was so hoping I could have went up a level.
I think I went up to 4, but that was it.
Yeah, I'm level 3 and 4 from last time. On my wizard, oh my god, I have to get up to level 5 in order to get my fireball spell. I'm only level 3.
You're making me not want to ever have split classes.
This is my first. This is only my second split class ever.
Right?
Was the first one already a higher level?
No, we started at first level. It was with Travis, and it was my fighter rogue Asp Fenab, and he went up levels very fast. He was very upset at me. I had a DM that tried to kill me really bad. Like went out of his way to try and kill me. Like out of his way.
You want just a normal flail? Because they don't have any silver flails.
No, just a normal one is fine because I don't think he can handle silver being an undead. Can he?
I haven't looked. So,
At least with a flail, even if he can't hurt the undead, there might be other things we're fighting that isn't undead. Like mosquitoes.
there is the basic rain flails that he's used to, and then there are footman flails.
What is the damage between them?
The regular grain flail is 1d4 against small large, and the footman's flail is 1d6 plus 1.
Ask him. I asked Barry which one he would prefer.
He would prefer the grain one that he is most comfortable with.
Then that's what I will buy him.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have to be trained in them. He already is.
Right. So I have no idea how much farming tools are, but it can't be more than, like, what, 15 copper? Maybe less?
I'd go with 20 copper.
20 copper?
Sure.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I spent 20 electrum and you spent 20 copper.
Yeah, but you still have like 380 electrum or 360 or whatever.
I spent the majority of my electrum on the griffin.
Well, that's right. You did pay for that, didn't you?
I have it noted.
Wow, you're broke.
Mostly. I've got a decent amount of copper and a decent-ish amount of silver, but I'm down on electrum.
Well, why don't you let me pay for that? I still have like 400 electrum.
Well, if you want to just split the cost with me, I'll take that. If you want to just give me 10 back.
All right, I can give you 10 back.
That's fine. But no, it was my idea to buy them silver weapons, so I initiated it. I'm not going to ask you to do it.
I gave you 10 electrum back.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Why would you not take the freebie rebate, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. I also gave like how much electrum back to my farming, back to my community, like 500 electrum or something like that.
Yeah, and it was 50 to get it there.
Yeah. We still have 27 gems we haven't done, plus one fancy. We still have 27 gems we have not figured out the price of.
No, that's what we did last time.
That's how we got all the electrum.
I thought you were better at this.
Congratulations. Good catch.
You tried, though.
You did.
Totally forgot.
No, we just found almost 2,000 electrum. That's all.
We have one fancy gem I didn't give back.
Yeah, let's go see what that's worth.
Fancy. Can we sell the fancy gem? You're like, come on, guys. You're like all over the place. You're scatterbrained.
I think Sonya needs more structured players. We're kind of everywhere.
No, actually, I was going to offer if there was anything else you wanted to do while you were still in town.
Okay. Yeah, we should go sell the last two we got.
Where are you going to try that?
Oh, I don't know. Wherever's good to whoever's going to give us the best money.
Didn't you say there was a jeweler?
There is a jeweler and gem and jewel appraisal.
I would
Well-
say there first for a fancy gem.
And take it.
Let's go to the jeweler.
The jeweler says that it is remarkably similar to a gem set he recently sold to one of the guardsmen.
Well, we must have lost it or something. We've had this gem for a while.
You don't say.
No, I did say.
Hmm.
I have a. What's your charisma?
My charisma.
I asked you first.
16.
Okay, you take the lead on this. I have a 15 charisma.
Okay. Yeah, we found this in our travels quite some time ago.
That's quite strange. Perhaps I'm not as young as I used to be.
That did sound kind of old.
So, sir, do you know what this gem might be worth?
Can I have the DM's guide back, please?
I give it back to you.
Well, not within my view range.
Of course not. Why would I do that? Laura, you want me to close the window for you?
Didn't you already do that?
Yeah, then she opened it back up. It's really cold in that room.
Oh, must be nice.
Well, if you have open windows, it'd be cold in your room too.
They are open.
But that door's not,
You're right.
so that's why it's not cold in there.
Well, how do you know? No one's in there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Because there's no airflow unless both windows are open.
They are.
And you're all set.
He would be willing to buy it for 90 electrum.
I think that's worth selling. What do you think?
What kind of gem is it?
Just gonna say, I don't know what your intentions are, but don't push your luck. He already suspects that
No,
Dave
no.
stole.
No.
Amethyst.
It's amethyst.
Purple crystal.
I'm going to keep it. We're keeping it.
Why?
Because it could very well possibly be able to be enhanced with spells.
To do what?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm a mage, and expensive things are what you need to go to higher level spells.
Okay.
And this thing could be used in a spell, say to give you a +1 sword. You might need something that's worth 90 electrum or whatever in the spell to give you the value of +1. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So when we start getting money and we can enchant things, it's not just money that we can enchant. It's not just money used for enchantment. Depending upon the wizard, they might require you to get them all the ingredients, or they might have the ingredients, which means it would be more expensive. But if we already have some ingredients for spell enchantments, then it'll be less for us to cost-wise for enchantments.
Sure.
That make sense? I mean, unless you really need the 90 electrum or 45 electrum.
No, it's okay. If it will serve us better to keep it, then we can keep it.
I think for right now, I think we should hold on to it unless we find higher level gems, and then we could sell this one. But I would like to find really high level gems, at least 2 or 3 of them, because you have your bow and you have your kukri that could be enchanted.
Right.
And I have my short sword, my silver short sword. I wouldn't mind having enchanted.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
or enchant a ring that gives you a +1 armor class, or to hit, or whatever. Dexterity, you know what I mean? Strength. Getting a +1 strength, you know? But I'm almost 4th level, and when I get to 5th level, I have to start thinking about stuff like that. Because by the time I hit 7th or 8th level, I'll be able to. Or 10th level or something like that. So I really, if we're going to continue with these characters, I need to make sure I have stuff I can use to enchant for us.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah.
And one gem is easier to carry than 90 Electrum.
Yeah, you're right.
Anything else?
I think that's it. But that was good that we found out, though. I think we're ready to go.
You sure you want to look at the map again?
No.
Oh.
You're evil.
Before you leave, he wonders if you would be willing to perhaps purchase a fancy necklace that he has for sale.
How much is it? Just out of curiosity.
What does it look like?
Yeah.
It sort of goes around like this, and there are things hanging down with smaller gems, adornments.
Is it something that a male would wear or a female?
That depends on your culture.
Fair enough. I look at it with my detect magic. Does it look magical to me? 30%. Or I can cast a spell, which is 100%. Which do you prefer? I look at it first with my 30%. Do I see magic?
You do not.
I'm going to cast a spell, detect magic.
You still do not see magic.
So the necklace is not magical. All right. I'm going to whisper to Rose that it's not magical.
I think you can go then.
Nice try.
I mean, hey, that's twice now I've rolled on a city encounter and both of them have been being solicited to buy something.
That's funny. All right. We will head out. Thank you very much for your beautiful necklace, but no, we're not interested.
Very well then, another time perhaps.
So my detect magic is lasts for 2 hours. I just look around the room. Do I see anything at all in there?
You see lots of jewelry.
Non-magical, correct?
Non-magical.
That was funny. All right, we're out of here. I wasted a spell.
You want to rest? You want to rest for another day to get all your spells back?
Well, let's see. The detect magic spell is a first level spell, so I wasted 1 slot. I still have 17. I still have 17 spell levels I can use today. Let's get out of here. We had Taylor out.
Okay.
With Barry and Co.
Okay.
We don't have anybody else except for the wolf.
Yeah, we have the wolf,
And Barry.
Barry, and the 2 kobolds.
We do have them?
Yeah, we hired them. I hired them for 10 days. It's only been 1.
Wow.
Wait, how many days has it been since we actually hired them?
2 days.
Yes, 2.
Okay.
I've
So
marked. I've actually marked ahead for which day they'll demand more pay. So
Okay.
there's no
We
need
have
to
them
keep
for
track.
Yeah, we had them for another week and a day with what I paid them.
Cool. Let's go.
With or without the card.
I have to get about the card.
I did not.
I knew you forgot about the card.
Apparently, G's are not the only letters you're forgetting.
Yeah, let's bring the cart. Do you want to do tents and stuff? Do you want to do like a full travel and stuff?
We could get a couple of tents because in the forest we had deep cover from the forest, but in the mountains there might be a lot more clearings. So if it rains, we're kind of screwed.
Plus, it'll keep mosquitoes off of us at night.
Yeah, let's see how much tents are.
Depends on the size.
Well, I'm small.
Tents come in small, large, and pavilion. I believe smalls can fit 1 to 2 people normally.
Okay.
How much is a small tent?
I would say. Perhaps 10 electrum?
So if we got 1 for the kobolds, 1 for us,
Yeah.
and do you think, Barry, do you need a tent? Or are you good being an undead outside?
He would prefer not to be outside at night.
So we need either. How many people can fit in a medium?
Honestly, I don't have stats on how big the tents are. But when I was in the Ranger's Guide, it said they had a list of 4 different small tents that said 1 to 2 people. So I assume small. That's why I'm assuming small is 1 to 2 people. The only other options are large and pavilion. I assume pavilion is huge.
I'm imagining it like those
like a 20 by 20.
I mean, how about this? The smalls weigh 10 pounds, the largest weigh 20, and the pavilions weigh 50.
So what if we got a large tent and a small tent? A large tent for the kobolds and Barry, and 1 tent for us.
What's the cost?
What's the cost of a
20
large
for a
tent?
small tent.
50 electrum.
So how many people can actually fit in the small tent?
2.
In the large tent?
1 or 2.
In a large tent, probably 4.
Well, the kobolds are also very small. So does that have any factor in?
You would think, but at the same time, they're it's not like 2 of them is exactly 1 of you, kind of thing.
So
remember now, of course, that just because you can fit people in there does not mean it's comfortable.
Well, let's
we
get
fit 5 people in a large tent comfortably.
Not comfortably,
okay.
I would argue.
Here's the stupid thing. Why don't we just get 3 or 4 small tents, which is cheaper than buying a large tent, and you can fit more people.
No, the small tent's 20 electrum.
10.
10? Okay, I heard 20. Then we'll just get 3 small tents.
So if we got 1 small tent for each, that's 5. That's 50 electrum.
That'd be the same as 1 large tent.
I understand that, but we would have room to move, and we would be comfortable. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get 5 small tents.
And Danny, you said the small tents weighed how much each? 10?
10 pounds. But we have a cart.
Right, but in Carter pull 50 pounds comfortably. I would assume
He
so.
can.
Okay.
Because there is data on how carts work, and the amount that something can pull is tripled, and the weight of the cart is not factored in.
Right.
So perfect. We have a use for the cart.
So that's why I did that. What else can we use the cart for? Like, I don't want to put my personal stuff on it in case we get separated. Like, I'm gonna keep my backpack on me. Stuff like that. Because I don't really like if you had a horse, you'd keep your personal stuff on your horse.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What else could we use the cart for?
I imagine we could probably take more loot back with it and sell.
But I was thinking as well.
We come across some halfway decent armor or weapons that we can sell for,
I agree with that. So do we want to bring extra provisions, extra food, or do you want to hunt for some deer? We can use that for that too. If you hunt and get a couple of venison, get a couple of deer, whatever, we can smoke the meat overnight or whatever, and we can put it on the cart.
Right, dry it out.
Dry it out, and now we have food for when we get into the mountain.
I will. That's a good idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and purchase a couple of like I don't know what the terminology would be in game terms, but I think it was a sack or food. A couple of sacks that we can put some dried meat and
how about salt? So we can salt the meat.
we could do that too.
Like we almost like a real wagon.
Yeah, we're turning this into a real transportation wagon.
Stack, small or large?
Large for the meat, small for the salt.
The large will be 4 silver each, and the small will be 10 copper.
Okay, so I'll get one small and one large.
You got that?
You want to know what the weight capacity and maximum volumes are for those?
Yes.
The small sack can hold as much as 15 pounds with a volume of 1 foot by 1 foot by 8 inches. The large sack has a maximum weight capacity of 30 pounds and a volume of 2 feet by 2 feet by 1 foot.
30 pounds is a lot of venison.
Not really.
Yeah.
We know.
If you take into like a 1 pound of 1 pound is 1 serving.
That's half a carcass. That's not even half a carcass. One deer probably weighs 120 pounds.
I imagine we're going to eat on a lot of it before we move too.
It's true.
Salt is 50 silver a pound.
We'll just get 1 pound. Because that's what'll fit in the small sack. I got the 15 silver for the salt.
50 or 15?
15.
I thought you said 50.
I did say 50.
Oh, you did?
50.
I got that.
Okay.
Well, that decreased my silver quite a bit.
We just bought a ton of salt.
And
in the cart it goes.
How many sacks did you say you had?
One each.
One each?
Yeah.
One large, one small.
And I think you're putting the salt in the small sack?
Yes.
So the small sack's already full.
We can cook and smoke half of it, and then the other half we can salt.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No.
I'm gonna go refill my wine skin, so I've got a full bottle of water. That's it.
Yeah, at least we know where all the clean water is in the sewer now.
Yeah. Everywhere except the sewage area that he didn't go to.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's been rats and stuff swimming in it, but for a medieval area, it's pretty clean.
It's fermented. We're good.
You also found the inflow, so that's extra clean.
All right. Let's get out of here. Good. Start our journey. Wow, that would suck. I could have hit armor class 4 3 times. All the rest I've missed.
Wow.
I got 5, 8, 7, 10, 10, 12.
Are you rolling for that?
Not really. Just playing. I rolled 2 1s,
Oh boy.
2 fumbles, a 6, a 9, a 13, and a 10. That sucks. That all sucks.
So you leave the city gates. There are trails going either which way. You see the trashed farmlands. The farm peoples trying to make their farmlands better with their pangolins, giant pangolins, pine cones, what have you.
Bob! Where's Bob?
You can remember him.
Yeah, I love Bob. Bob's awesome.
Well, it's a little hard to tell him apart from the others.
Bob!
You see, you can faintly make out one way off in the distance, sort of stand up a bit.
Is that the direction we're going?
Well, if you're here and the thing that got taller was way over here, yes.
We're going towards him.
Okay.
I want to say bye to Bob. Miss Bob. Bob would have been handy in the sewers.
He couldn't even fit down there.
Yes, he could. Bob, just roll. Just push him throughout the entire city. Everything's dead.
He would have destroyed the stairs getting down.
1-ton animal. All right, so we head out. We get up to Bob, give him a cautious hug, like we hug the cactus. Say, Bob, we're out of here.
I mean, he's only thorny on the back and sides.
Yeah. Dude, we're on our way to the mountains to fight the evil wizard. I'm glad you're happy here. Have a good life. We'll see you on the way back.
Thank you.
I'm glad you found your own people.
He has a happy look in his face.
Good. I'm glad. What a goof.
His intelligence is 6. What do you expect?
I think my sister's intelligence was a 6 too. What? She had a 6th grade reading level. She couldn't read above 6th grade level. Just a 6th grade. That was it.
I mean, that's better than Bob. He can't read at all.
I guess.
You can't judge these things based on how well one can read.
Janine could not read very well. She could not read big words. She couldn't even say big words. Well, she could say them all right, but she didn't know what they meant unless someone explained them to her.
I'm gonna go bathroom while you get that out of your system.
Well, I'm just saying. And she was a smart one of the family. She was the best of us. That's for sure. So you still there, Ray?
Yes.
Fall asleep?
No. Are you?
Almost.
If you're getting too tired, we can.
I am or if I don't want to.
I was going to say we probably play till maybe 11, depending on it, if we get to a point of stoppage.
All right, let's continue.
Okay.
Off we go.
Depends on how many encounters she forces us to do.
Right?
So,
We head north.
mhm.
By the way, this wizard that trained the two kobolds, he's not the one we're after, is he?
You wouldn't know.
That's going to be really awkward. Hey, your master's an asshole. He set trouble to half of this region, and we've come all this way to probably kill him. Sorry about that.
Oh no, we're definitely killing him. There's no trouble about it.
If it's the guy, but if this is just some random wizard that trained them, we can't just murder him.
If he's the guy, he's dead.
If he's the guy, it's going to be really awkward.
There's be no awkward. He's dead. If we have to, we sleep the kobolds and run. What? Just saying. I'm being logical. Kill the evil, sleep the kobolds, run. We can do that, right? You can pick me up and run because you're strong.
I mean, yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah. Not that I weigh a lot. You can put me in the cart and just run. Like Naruto. All right. So we head up.
Mhm.
What, tell us what's going on.
Well, I would assume you would, since you don't know where you're going to follow the trail that goes up into the mountain, since it would be easier to follow.
Yeah.
So,
We're not going to cut through the woods.
especially not without shooter. So you head up there.
We do.
Yes. Sorry, I didn't have anything scripted for the travel from the city to the mountain. I only started at the mountain.
Got you.
I just
Alright.
wrote this like yesterday.
So we're at the mountain.
As you enter the mountain valley, you notice something orange and yellow off to the side, some ways up. It seems to be sitting on a rock, but it doesn't quite appear human.
Orange and yellow.
Orange and yellow.
That's what I said.
You said orange and yellow. I was.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm sorry, but for like half a second, I had no idea what you were saying.
I hate my accent. I swear. The bane of my existence, my whole life.
Is he in the way of where we're trying to go, or is he just kind of off?
I did say off to the side, some ways up.
All right, let's just keep going and leave him for now.
What?
I don't see any reason to bother him just yet.
The closer you get, the more you realize that what you are looking at really isn't human. It is some kind of bird man, apparently sunning themselves on the rock. It seems a little
Big
damp.
bird.
What'd you say?
Big bird.
I mean, technically, yeah, it's man-sized.
Do you want to approach it? Or do you want to just walk past it?
I'm good just walking past it. Avoid all contact. Run. Get to the evil man. Kill. Game over.
Unfortunately, Carter can't really run while carting. And as he passes, he recognizes them as one of the Aarakocra that hunt in the area. They've never had any issues with them before, save for the occasional theft of some broken blade or misplaced shiny coin or other object. They don't normally reveal themselves when anyone's around, though, so he's not sure what it would be doing down so close to the city. Yes, he does mention this unprovoked. I did mention that he was talkative.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So if we leave him alone, he'll leave us alone? Basically.
Probably.
I mean, unless it attacks us, I have no reason to attack it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, does it talk? I mean, I don't know.
Uh, Carter says that they can. They've heard. Well, probably anyway. He's heard their bickering over some shiny small object while everyone was asleep now and then. The thing has 6 fletched javelins in individual sheaths strapped to their chest and 2 small pouches, one strapped to either leg.
Wow.
Their beak is gray-black, and their plumage is an intricate speckling of orange with yellow flecks. The ends of their wing feathers change to yellow tips, and their tail feathers are mostly orange.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Are we? We're coming up on it. Is it kind of in our way, or is it still out of our way?
It is on a rock, technically out of your way, but I mean, the easiest way to get up the trail is right past it.
I guess I think we could probably just. Well, I don't know if it's guarding it. Does it look alert, or is it just kind of sitting?
A little bit of both.
She said that the plumage is wet, so it's sending itself to dry. Like it just went for a swim.
I feel like we could probably just pass by it without, maybe interact with it. It doesn't seem like. I feel like we're close enough for it to have noticed us, and if it wanted to fight us, it probably would have seen us by now.
Sort of flaps his wings. trying to get the water out.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, just walk past.
But it's a pretty bird, though.
Pretty bird.
You could think Bob's not there. Bob would be like, oh, look at the pretty birdie.
You try to hug it and stab it.
Does it get anxious as the closer we get?
It's a little off-put.
We're not here to harm you. We're just going north. We're just going up the mountains. We'll be on our way. No need to get afraid or anything. We're good.
So it's going to talk here, but it says that their vocalization structures are not well suited for common and that they punctuate their speech with caws, screeches, and whistles. So I don't think I can manage the voice acting on this one.
Right.
But it says that real funny.
I'm doing the chords for you while you're talking.
It wants to know if you've seen some sort of red human while you were over there.
Not that we know of, no.
Wait, red human?
Yeah.
Isn't the wizard we've been tracking supposed to be wearing red? Is he tracking the same wizard?
But wearing red clothing and being red body is different.
He didn't say red skin or red body. He just said red human. And if their vocalization is that simple, he might not have the vocalization to say a wizard wearing a red cloak.
That's fair.
He also might not know what the difference is between a person that is red and a person wearing red.
That's fair. That's fair.
So we might be hunting the same guy.
We did not see him down in the town, but we are journeying to confront him.
The red human supposedly raided the treasures from his communal nest and burned it while he was out on a failed hunting trip. So he wants to seek revenge and new treasures.
That tracks with the guy we're after.
He would be willing. He has seen, and you said that that you were heading into the mountain for him.
Yes.
He's seen some kind of recent excavations of a magical nature by a cave farther up into the mountains. It could have been the same person.
Yes.
He would be willing to act as a guide to the place, but he would ask for basically anything shiny in return.
So the gem that you just saved. We don't have any other shiny
No,
things.
no. We can do it this way. Well, how about if it is the person that took your stuff from the communal nest, we will gladly bring it back out from the. If you can't go inside the mountain, and we can bring it out for you, we'll bring it out for you.
We will return what was
Yeah.
stolen.
Payment not deferred.
Payment not deferred.
I mean, he probably didn't use that sort of complicated language, but
He shakes his head no.
I got this beautiful. I take out like 5 electrum, the shiny.
We should have bought the necklace. How close are we to the town?
No, I got these 5 electrum. I go, is this shiny enough for you?
yeah, polish it.
Yeah. Okay, I give you 5 electrum.
He stuffs it in one of his pouches.
Before we head off, I'm gonna ask Shooter, not Shooter.
Can't ask Bobby, but he's not here.
Carter. It's Carter, right? The happy, talkative one.
Yes.
Your master. You said he was a wizard.
No, a priest.
Priest. Okay. What color would your priest generally wear?
Whatever color of his armor.
What was the color of his armor?
Steel?
Okay, so he's not. Okay, I'm just making sure he's not the same guy.
All right, guide us away. We didn't need to buy the necklace at all. And I ain't giving up that gem too easily.
Right. I don't blame you.
5 gems. I mean, 5 electrum ain't nothing. Oh, for me, that is. You, on the other hand, don't have any.
Right. I have some.
I get to roll for encounters now.
Oh
boy. That makes you so happy. Before you roll, let me go relieve myself.
Good for you. Feeling better now?
So what happens?
You start your journey.
You said that was an encounter.
No, I said I get 2 rolls for encounters
I
now.
thought you were saying we already had an encounter like right away. Boom.
No, that basically was your first encounter.
Oh, okay. Like, here we go.
Oh man, if only.
All right.
Ooh, but in the right? Let me see.
Get that excited over something she saw on that card. We're so screwed.
Or it's just something new.
Yeah, that could be it.
Excuse me.
Oh, by the way, I rolled for your class, social standing, and your fighter is high class,
Okay.
upper class. So you actually could have plate armor
Okay.
and metal, whatever you wanted. You could have whatever you wanted.
Okay.
And if we start that, I will roll to see if you actually, at first level, I will roll to see if you end up with anything magical at all from your family,
That's cool.
like a family heirloom.
That is something he said he'd roll for, so don't just go with an assumption that you do though.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
Don't plan for it.
I'm just thinking I could use plate mail or something similar.
Yeah, you can have whatever. You will have whatever you want, and you'll probably have a sack of gold to go with it, not just 10, because you're upper class. And when you look at upper class, it's like lords, marshals.
For some reason, both minor and major nobles, I believe.
Right.
If I'm remembering correctly.
What's that?
In the description thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could be wrong.
I don't know what you said.
Minor and major nobles.
Yes, minor, major nobles, landowners, lords. You describe anything but a king or a queen. That's your level. That's who you are. That's your family. So
I like how landowners are upper class.
yeah.
Welcome to medieval structures. So encounter, right?
Yeah. No encounter.
No encounters.
It is a strong gust of wind.
It just blows him over.
Get a speck in your eye.
Also, separate side note, I have a question I'd like to appeal to the DM. For my OCD and sanity sake, is there any way you'd succeed to giving me 1 extra point of HP?
No. That would be something else.
Go up a level.
I just want to be at 50.
Listen. She'll give it to you, but you're gonna go up a level.
Or, succeed in multiple months of conditioning training.
Right.
Which you just might as well adventure. You go up a level.
It'll be much faster.
All right. Well, we'll let the wind go by.
It is the evening now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Setting up tents.
Yeah.
We got 5 tents, so we can all have our own.
Mm-hmm.
No complaints that way. I'm marking my tent with his crayon.
This was chalk.
I'm marking the tents so we all have the same tents every time. So if someone ruins their tent, they're not giving it to someone else.
Right.
Right?
Right?
I am good with that.
Besides, I want my smell in my tent. I don't want someone else's smell in my tent.
Yeah, you don't want 6'2" of sweat.
No, more importantly, I don't want Barry rotten flesh in my in the tent that I end up in. So, night watch. Are we gonna have 3 again?
I'd say so.
Okay. Is the bird creature willing to take a watch as well?
On occasion.
Or is he required? Or is he going to require more payment?
Well, I was thinking if we just rotate, like say we do like draw numbers like I'm 1, you're 2, and Carter is 3. Next day it goes you, Carter, fighter. Next day it goes Carter, fighter, the bird man. Next day it goes me, you, Carter. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, with 6 people, we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. We can rotate like that, so you're only standing watch once every 3 days.
He introduces himself as Coca Crow, by the way.
Okay, Crow. Yeah, I ain't seen the first part. With my accent? Mm-mm. Hey, Kaka, come here. Does that make sense to do it that way? And if we add Barry, Barry doesn't want to be out at night, so.
Right. Just let him stay in his tent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but basically, yeah. So, how do you want to set that up? You want to do it where, like,
We could just pick shifts and then rotate. Right? Or we can do it so, because we normally do. You usually take first, and I usually take last, and we could just rotate out whoever takes second.
But that means you and I will be on watch every night.
Right.
I'm trying to rotate everybody in and out. So I'll take first day. I'll take first watch. Carter will take second watch.
And I'll take third.
He'll take third.
And then next day.
Next day, I'll rotate out.
Right.
Carter will take first watch. Fighter will take second watch. You'll take third.
Yep.
Next day, either Carter or you rotate out.
Right.
And I rotate in. Or the third guy rotates in.
Right.
And then the third day, whoever didn't rotate out, you or Carter, rotates out. I rotate in.
Right. So you're not working more. You're not guarding more than 2 nights in a row.
Correct. 2 or 3 nights in a row, and that's it.
That'll work.
That way you get full night's sleep, theoretically. Okay, I got first watch.
Okay.
Carter's got second watch. Rev's got third watch.
Roll a d10 for me, please.
7. Oh no, that's a 12-sided dice. My bad.
Nice.
Shut up. 7.
The dice spoke.
No, it was a 5. I just thought it'd be funny to say 7 again.
The dice have spoken.
You notice something seems to be stalking your camp.
While we're set up, like while I'm on watch, or before we go to bed, before watch.
Well, it's an evening encounter, so.
Okay. Birdman. Can you sense if something that's stalking us is predatory?
He cannot. If he could, his hunting party probably wouldn't have failed so badly.
Is what?
His hunting party probably wouldn't have failed so badly.
Got you. All right. I wake everybody up if they were asleep and let them know that something's stalking us. Ranger, do you want to go out and take a look with your tracking ability, or?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I go if you want.
Yeah, I'm going
hide in
to.
shadows and stuff, but
I was going to say, what would I need to do to hide in shadows?
be a rogue.
Really,
I thought-
Rangers can also do
I
it.
know. You have to tell you doing it. She has a card.
I actually don't have his info for that.
Would it be in skills and powers?
Uh,
Or player's handbook? Player's handbook.
yeah. Tell me what you currently have listed for that,
For hide in shadows?
and move silently if you wanted to use that as well.
Yes, I have.
He's level 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hide in shadows I have written down as 20%, but I don't know if that went up because I just turned level 4.
It did.
It should have been.
Went up to 25%, and move silently is 33%.
So I have a 33% chance of moving silently and a 25% chance of hiding in shadows?
Correct. And that's the same kind of thing, except in reverse that we were talking about with the thing that you wanted to do.
Right.
With the, yeah.
So anyway.
I'm going to attempt to do both so I can approach this thing stealthily.
You gotta find it first.
Well, yeah, but I'd like to approach with it not knowing where I am.
And while he's doing that, I'm just gonna step back in the shadows and also hide in shadows and stay. I'm not moving. I'm just gonna hide in shadows.
You have a mountain lion come and leap at you.
Can I, do I have the sense to jump back or raise my arm?
That's probably about the most you could do.
Okay, can I jump back and raise my arm to brace instead of it, lunging at my throat?
That's probably about the most you could do.
Okay, and then I'm going to call out to everybody that
Is he still within sight?
I found a mountain lion.
Is he still within sight?
I assume so. I mean, you have him provisioned to 60 feet, right?
Yeah. So how far? Okay, so I'm gonna.
He wasn't that far away.
All right. Well, I'm assuming the Potter and Fighter are gonna go attack. I'm also gonna go attack.
What?
I'm gonna stay hidden in shadows and move silently, and I'm gonna go around, see if I can see any others.
How much does this mountain lion weigh?
Like 200 pounds.
I don't.
Normal.
I mean, I don't have weight numbers, but
I'm wondering, can
His
I
size
throw
medium.
it?
Yeah, about 200 pounds.
yeah.
What's that?
I'm wondering, can I throw it or throw it or slam it against a tree?
There's no trees, so
None at all.
not in
So
this section of mountain, at least.
So what was it using to stalk us? If there's nothing
It's a mountain lion.
There are rocks.
Okay, well then I'm gonna throw it. Can I throw it into a rock to throw it off of me?
Sure.
That would be initiative on your turn.
Okay, so are we rolling for initiative because it's already attached to me? Has it attacked me? Has it done damage? What's the deal with that? It leaped at me, but did it land an attack?
You better pray it doesn't.
Right.
Because if it clamps on, then it gets the back claws to attack to eviscerate you.
It only manages to score a bite attack for 5 damage.
You're very lucky.
Is it holding on to me, or did it bite and jump away?
Well, since
Did it latch onto my arm?
it tried to.
Okay. Then I'm gonna step away and draw my sword.
What's my initiative? I get a 3.
I got a 2. And what's its armor class?
Yeah.
What you looking for?
I had character sheets there underneath all my books. Under your books.
They're your books too.
The books.
The books. There you go. That's going to be odd now. You switch sides. It's going to really freak me out.
Switching sides.
I know, right?
So, ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any ones?
Anyone? Anyone?
I got a 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyone?
twos. Apparently we have 3 twos to contend with.
Okay, is the mountain lion a 2?
It is not.
Perfect. I am going to strike it with my kukri for 8 damage.
He is taking his chalk out and striking it. He's making a mark. It's his.
I'm gonna shove my chalk in its eye. No, I'm gonna strike with my kukri for 8 damage.
Oh my god. That's going to be like the joke, the running joke with you and your chalk.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I take it didn't die.
No.
No, she doesn't. No.
Cockacrow has one of his javelins out and is going to try and stab it.
Stabby, stabby.
Yeah.
We have an active NPC. Holy shit.
It fails horribly.
It didn't roll a 1, did it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
But it also didn't do any meaningful damage.
Okay, it didn't stab our player.
Fighter gets an attack though. And he does manage to cut it, which kills it.
Thank you, fighter.
Freeze?
Yes, actually.
I'm still going around looking for any more.
I want to skin the mountain lion if there's no more.
Unfortunately, Fighter notices that was not the only one.
Okay, can we retreat towards the campfire?
Yes.
Can we pull back a little? Yeah, let's pull back.
I'm not.
You're gonna stay in shadows?
Yeah, hell yeah. It ain't attacked me yet. I'm looking for more.
It's
I'm doing a circle to see how many.
You find it behind the tent.
Behind the tent?
Yeah,
Okay.
find another one behind the tent.
Only one more?
As far as you can tell.
Okay. Am I behind it or?
Well, you did a circle, so I'd say you're like off to the side.
Okay. So I'm flanking it. I have my sword out. I'm going to backstab it. Armor class 6.
Yes.
I nailed it. 6, 7 times 2 is 14.
You slay it.
Okay.
Do we notice any more?
Not that you can discern.
And that is what a rogue does.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're finally doing rogue stuff.
Because all the opportunities you give me is always like, oh, you have 13 of these, or 28 of those, or 55
that
of this.
Only after I gave you Klein's weapon.
Therefore, I couldn't do rogue stuff, because rogue stuff wouldn't work. So there. All right, I come back pulling the carcass of this one over to the camp and said, I got some burger meat for you.
I
don't know how good cat meat is either.
Probably pretty stringy.
I mean,
they're all muscle.
Yeah, but I also know that it's also on the Chinese dinner menu.
I'd eat it.
I mean, what don't they eat?
Right.
I'm gonna skin it and collect one of its fangs.
Okay.
We should skin it anyway because it's meat, but the skin, we have no way to really dry it out.
No, but he has a leather worker, which includes tanning ability.
Yeah,
I think hunting also includes tanning ability. Could be wrong.
I don't
remember. At the very least, it's skinning ability.
Yeah. So we got 2 skins for you to tan.
I have leather working and I have hunting.
We're doing brain tanning, which is the easiest.
Okay.
You know how to brain tan, right?
I like how you're asking this.
Unfortunately, we know how to do that.
Is it really all that unfortunate?
This family is really messed up. We know a lot of stuff.
Brain tanning?
Yes, actually, when you get something like a deer or like the mountain lion, you would actually take the brain of the animal and mix it with some ash from an oak. If you burn oak in the ash with the lye in it, you take the brain with the ash and the urine, if there's urine in the bladder from the animal, and you mix it all up together, and that's what's called brain tanning.
Why?
So you can have clothes. It softens the leather. It gets the.
It's called brain tanning because you use the brain.
Right.
Yeah, I knew what he was asking.
Oh, otherwise you'd have to use chemicals and.
Which people did not have way back when.
Right. So back then they used the brain of the animal with ash and urine to tan the hide.
Hunting proficiency. The hunter also possesses a basic skill at removing skin from an animal and butchering the carcass into usable meats.
Cool. Leather worker. You're a leather worker, you said?
Yeah, leather working and hunting.
You should know how to tan the animal.
I should know how to do everything with both of those.
Tan leather, yep.
Yeah.
The character with the skill can skin animals, tan leather, and work that leather into clothing, armor, backpacks, and saddlebags, harnesses, etc.
I'm gonna turn the mountain lion head into a hat.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good for a ranger though. That's pretty good.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tan the hide and use the skull as a hat. Use the hide of the head as a hat.
Just remember to tan it first, otherwise it's going to decay horribly. Oh no, wait! I shouldn't have told you. I could have made you smell bad.
You could have made it smell like an undead.
I would have known that as someone who has a hunter and leather
Proficient in it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forget sometimes how much we know.
Right.
I mean, honestly, it's normal for us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What?
All right. So mountain lions are dead. We butchers and skins and stuff. I'm going to bed. You might as well take the second watch. I'll let Carter take the third watch.
Yeah, I guess I'll rest to get that 1 HP back.
It was 5.
No, well, I know, but I get 1 back from.
Gotcha.
I like the idea of having tents. You know why? Because when we're sleeping, we have no mosquitoes.
No, but
Shut up.
light rain.
Cool. We're in tents.
The pitter patter of light rain.
Maybe we should have got a pavilion instead.
You could have put your cart on that.
Yeah, I know.
Instead, it has to be outside because there's not enough tent room.
That's fine. It's a wooden cart.
Unless someone wants to shack up with someone else, and you can put one tent for the.
Oh.
Just saying, all your salt's getting wet.
That's in one of the tents. There's plenty of room.
Moving stuff.
Yeah. So, but you didn't know this, but I bought a water repellent or waterproof canvas that goes over the cart.
You did not.
Oh, I did. You just don't remember I asked for it.
That's not how this works.
Much is, yes, it is.
It is not.
Come on.
You're not getting away with that one. Retroactive purchase doesn't count.
Come on. Send the bird guy
We
for
have-
it.
We have room in the tent for the sacks.
Fine. You sleep with the sack.
You want to sleep with the sack of meat or the sack of salt?
Why do I have to sleep with one of them? Why don't you just flip the cart over and leave it outside?
Then the water gets underneath this tent.
It doesn't stop. No, it won't.
You know who probably doesn't care about the smell of rotting meat? Or
Barry.
salted meat? Barry.
Barry's our go-to guy. He's like our Mikey.
Hey, Barry, do you mind if we salt the meat in your tent?
Barry doesn't care.
He is unfamiliar with the process, but he sees no reason to disallow it.
Okay.
Cool. Why can't I be level my next level up? Come on, I want to be level 5 so I can have Fireball. I still want Fireball.
Too bad. Wow, so much wine.
I'm not even drunk yet either.
Yeah, he's the one with the wineskin. He put water in it. You could
You
have
have
bought
any
ale.
cheese? You have any cheese for that wine?
You didn't buy that either.
Well, a wineskin isn't specifically for wine.
Exactly. So that's about all that happens that night.
Good enough. We got fresh meat.
Cocker Crow is glad to not be outside caught in the rain this time.
Who's he shacking up with? We didn't know he was there before we bought the tents. We only bought 5 tents.
Then I guess he is getting wet.
No, the kobolds are together.
I know.
There we go. Because no one's sleeping with Barry.
Is he going to fit in a small tent?
Well, he's medium sized.
Yes, he'll fit.
Okay, he'll fit.
I mean, it's just his wings that,
He can tuck the wings in.
That's what he does, yeah.
The kobolds can shack up together.
They can share a tent.
Yeah.
They can definitely fit 2 in one tent for those guys.
And have room.
They're probably used to it. Let's be real here.
They're probably going, we got all this room in our tent by ourselves? Really? How many are there normally in the tent with you? Well, 4 or 5 others. In a tent this size? Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, we attempted to have you both have your own tents within circumstances.
No, we can't be by ourselves. We need each other.
Okay, then.
We need each other. Yeah, we do.
So, morning.
Morning, we're obviously
Yeah.
packing up and going.
Mhm.
Connor's got the cart heading up.
Mhm. After the morning hours,
Yeah.
during the regular day hours,
We have regular day hours
Yes.
Wow, we're special.
I see here that you rolled for I rolled for a normal lizard.
Kobolds don't eat lizards. It's not part of their diet. We'll keep on going.
Okay. I like how we went from massive battles at almost every turn to environmental effects and normal lizards.
I'm good with that. I hate dying. But that also means I get my one extra spell.
At midday, you have another strong wind gust.
What? An encounter.
Hi, Laura. I like that color right here. Yeah.
In the afternoon, you have another strong wind gust.
Does it at least knock him over so I can get a laugh out of it?
Hey,
I mean, I could have him roll.
Yes, yes.
I'm not the smallest guy there. The kobolds are.
Yeah, and I think you're about the same weight,
Yeah, pretty much.
which technically means that you're a bigger sail.
Make him roll. Make him roll.
I want to say that's, would that be strength?
Probably. Muscle. I
Right.
would say, because not stamina.
Right.
So it'd be muscle just to hold yourself against, brace
Yeah.
yourself. They make me roll for this. You suck. I made it.
So no, he does not get blown over.
Oh man.
Nice try.
Just to see him fall flat on his ass.
Thanks.
I don't want to hurt you, just mildly inconvenient.
It is the evening.
It is.
You made it to the evening, yes.
Wow.
Encountering only strong wind and a normal lizard.
I thank you. That is very nice. Not to have battles every 3 minutes.
Okay.
Make camp, set up tents. We all have our own tent because they're marked. Barry's tent, ironically enough, doesn't stink yet because there's only been one night. Eat a little bit of the mountain lion. Slayer must, I mean, a Slayer. The bird must like that. It's fresh meat. I rotate out.
Especially after the failed hunting trip.
I know. I rotate out. So now it is Cotter, Rev, and Fighter are on watch.
Really now? You said who's on watching what order now?
I think it doesn't matter whose order it is well, it's up to Ray.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me, the order. I'll go first, I'll go last, doesn't matter.
Oh.
So did we determine what order we were going in? Watch.
You want to take first, second, or third?
I'll just stick with my third watch.
So Carter, Fighter, and him.
Okay.
That's the rotation.
Okay. Fighter encounters bats, ordinary bats.
Ooh.
So when it's your turn, you you hear like a haunting noise at some point.
A haunting noise, like ghosts, like that sort of moan.
That was a good enactment.
Yeah, actually.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Tish?
I'm just gonna stay put where I am and just wait. I'm gonna use my torch to look around.
Really now? Well, all you see so far are boulders, but the noise continues. No, not that. More haunting.
I know that was just me stuttering. I don't think there's any reason to just start running around looking for this noise. I can't see anything. I don't want to blindly run off in the night.
That would be funny as hell, though.
Just chase the moaning ghost.
Are you afraid of a moaning ghost?
Well, if you knew what actual moaning ghosts could do, he would be.
Right? Yeah, no shit.
So you're waving your torch around. There's haunting moanings coming from like off yonder way. And I want you to roll a d10 for me, please.
Nine.
Okay, so you are suddenly surprised when hold on. 4 huge bats come at you.
Okay, I'm gonna. This how huge?
Oh, yes. How huge?
Are they like 2 feet tall or are they like 8 feet
Um, their wingspan is like 12 feet.
tall? Okay, but like, are they flying at me? Are they like?
The noise is going around your camp now, and the bats seem to be chasing it.
The bats are chasing the noise. Are the bats hostile or aggressive towards me? Are they attacking me? Are they trying to?
So far, they're focused on the noise.
I'm gonna back up towards the fire and wake everybody up.
Okay, as you try and do that, one of them gives out a piercing screech. Roll a paralyzation save.
And what die is that?
D20?
D20. You should roll. Do you look at your saves?
That's what I'm looking at now.
Paralyzation is the first one.
Well, yeah. First category, at least. I don't remember how I did it.
Oh.
Hold on. I have to find where I put it. I'll just look in the book.
The 14.
I have to get
I see
above
13.
14.
I see a 13.
Oh, sorry, that was Wizard.
Yes, Don,
He's
different
fourth
character.
level. 13. 13 or higher. 13 or, yeah.
13 or what?
Wait. Above 13. Anything under 13, you fail.
Okay, well, I got an 18 anyway.
So what did he make it or not?
He did.
He did. So I guess you don't have to cover your ears from the piercing screech. And then you're going to wake everyone up.
Yes.
And anyone that wasn't awakened by the piercing screech.
I mean, I guess so.
Wake up! Wake up!
Fighter is still kind of groggy.
Yeah, he just went to bed. I get up pretty quick. I need less sleep. And I had more than enough sleep that I needed. I get up and I'm like, well, what's going on? I take it, I see the bats.
If you leave your tent, you should go.
I left my tent.
Yeah.
Okay.
What chapter is saving throws in?
Combat.
Page 134.
His is arranged differently.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, at least I have my chapter. Because I remember Sonia sent it to me, and I had it somewhere, but I didn't put it on my paper. It's my fault.
That is the reason why every player needs a player's handbook.
And why every player should be keeping track of their own stats.
Every player should be keeping track of their stats. They should have everything written down, yes. It makes the gameplay go much smoother. Okay.
Okay, what?
So we're all out of our tent. All out of our tents. We're looking up at these bats apparently. Initiative?
Yeah, because the sound went away, so now they're attacking. Now they've noticed you guys.
What sound?
The sound that you didn't hear because you were asleep.
Mm.
It sounded like this.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I guess we need to roll initiative, huh? I rolled a 2.
So did Carter.
I rolled a 2.
we have 3 2s.
Are they flying around us, doing flybys, or what are they doing? That makes it a little difference in our tactics.
They are indeed flying.
Yes, but do they keep on going over us, by us? Like, are they flying around? How high are they? Are they coming swooping down to try and attack us?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. What is their armor class?
Mobile Mobats have an armor class of 2.
Ooh.
Under crowded flying conditions, their armor class suffers and raises to 7.
Then I'm crowded.
Then it's a 2.
Wait, how are they not crowded? They're flying around each other, aren't they?
There's no trees. There's nothing to crowd them. They can make any maneuverability they want. All right. So figure out what you need to hit. Armor class 2.
Yeah, I got it. I guess I'm going to draw my bow, or draw an arrow with my bow.
What color?
Black.
But don't have a white chalk.
I'll stick it in the fire.
I'm sorry, that was funny.
Must be getting tired.
I can see that.
It was still funny. All right, so ones.
You seem to be the only one laughing.
It's usually the case. All right, so no ones. Twos.
I got a 2.
I get a 2.
I'm going to fire an arrow at 1. That hits for 5 damage.
Carter also manages to hit one as they're passing by.
I'm also going to fire again, unless that one dies. Well, I'm going to fire again anyway, since I have 2 hits.
You probably can't really aim very well while they're all darting about, so.
So I only get the 1 shot?
Well, you probably can hit, you can use more than 1 shot, but that doesn't mean that you'll be hitting the same one.
Okay.
Just
Well,
so you know.
either way, I rolled for it because I was going to have to take my next shot anyway. I got a nat 20 and a 6 for damage, so double.
That one apparently did die.
And I missed my swing.
Good for you.
No.
Your swing? You're swinging? When they're 20 feet above you?
I missed my swing.
My swing. Swing,
Yeah.
bada, swing.
Yeah. I swung wrongly.
The one that Carter hits does not die.
Freeze. Pause.
Oh, I didn't roll for my wolf. He's here with us.
Thanks for reminding me. I can target him too.
Are they in the air, or are they darting down at us?
Both.
Yes, they're in the air, flying, darting down at us.
And apparently, you are the next target. Let me see what they need.
Well, I rolled initiative. For my wolf, and he got a 5.
So glad he came after you. Apparently, the one that darted for you misses.
Okay. What number are we on?
5s. No, 4s.
4s? Are we on 5s now?
Yes.
Okay, so my wolf rolled a 5, and that hits. He's going to attack the one that swooped down. He's going to attack the one that swooped down at me for 6 damage.
How did your wolf?
You said he swooped down. He darted down at me, right?
Yeah.
So I would imagine he could jump. If it's came down low enough to hit me, I would imagine the wolf could jump and
Its armor
bite
class
it.
is a 2.
So does the wolf have a different tobacco?
Its tobacco is 18.
Which means it needs a 16 or better to hit.
Okay, well then he misses.
Good boy. The the Mobat that gets to hit in this turn is going after Fighter. Yeah, Laura's watching some really weird stuff in there this time.
Oh, I think that's. Maybe it is, or I thought that was a neighbor.
Not this time. Fighter takes damage. Sixes.
None.
I have 2 more bats.
You
Actually,
said there were only 3 bats.
there were 4 bats, and only 2 of them attacked.
One's dead.
Yes. Oh, you're right. One of them is dead.
Thank
So
you.
I have 1 bat. Which I don't even have to check who he's attacking because that is a miss.
Alright. Initiative. Roll the 1. For me.
I rolled a 4, and the wolf also rolled a 4.
Carter has a 1.
Go Carter.
I got 1. How about go Don? Go Malik. Carter's gonna thump him with the warhammer. Ooh. 18 and a nat 20. So my 18.
Also, I forgot to mention to do this based on size large calculation damage.
Right. Oh, 1 die 8 then. So I got a 2 for the 18. 3 for the 18. And the nat 20 I got max hit. I got 9.
Tell me what those are again.
Not,
185.
okay, so I hit 1 for 2 points.
Okay.
And the same one I just hit for 18 points damage.
It dies.
Okay. I actually maxed out.
So those were 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s.
I got a 4.
So did you and at least 2 others.
Okay. Well, I got just enough to hit for, I'm going to strike the next one that swoops down at me for 9 damage.
As you do that, it also does 5 damage to you. But it
Naturally.
dies.
It impales its claws in your shoulder.
As I impale it through its heart.
Yeah. Now
It just realizes it dies as it sinks its claws into me.
Now you look like a vampire because you have these big bat wings on your shoulders.
Cockacrow is actually able to stab the one that comes next.
Hell yeah.
Is that it?
That's it for 4s.
5s.
And then 6s.
6s.
Yeah.
So re-roll. So initiative again.
Why? We have 6s?
You do?
Yes.
I don't know. I went first.
Oh boy.
I need a 13 to hit these guys.
I need a 12.
Mhm.
One of them damages, the one that remains damages fighter again. And his response is not enough to worry it. Roll a 7, he needed a 9.
Initiative.
Yes, now initiative.
That's a 5.
Wow, Carver gets to go first again.
Go hammer.
He fumbled. So apparently he swung so hard he fell over.
Makes sense.
He's a little too psyched up.
Twos.
The Mobat.
I'm going to. You said what?
2s.
I have a 2. Do you have the bat? Does the bat have a 2?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to strike it as it inevitably strikes me for 8 damage.
You do that as it strikes you for 6.
Ouch.
Did I kill it?
You did not.
Ugh.
Oof. 3s. 4s.
I got 2. I got Cocker Crow and I got Fighter. Try to come up with a name that would work with bird speak, okay?
No, I'm good with that.
Yeah, you're not the one that has to pronounce it.
Right? Good thing I didn't come up with a name for it.
Cocker Crow fails. Fighter does not. Fighter kills it off, finishes it off.
I'd hate to roll a 1 again. That's a chance I don't have to fumble. I like it. Alright. Clean off my sword. Go to sleep. Oh wait. It's time to get up anyway because it was his watch. Alright, eat breakfast, strike camp. I asked Crow, how far up the mountain is this that we're going to get to this cave?
For him, it would probably be
Well, flying.
for him it'd be a day.
20 minutes.
He's not sure how long it'll be on foot. He doesn't normally.
At that point, it's about 11:30. I bet you guys are getting tired. You want to go ahead and call it?
Up to you
Up
guys.
to you. If you're tired, you want to call it, go to bed, we can call it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of tired. And I imagine there's going to be a good few more encounters before we get to the top of the mountain. So,
Probably.
knowing Sonya's game style, going to be 5 more mountain lions and a freaking
12 more bats.
12
All
more
depends
bats.
on the dice.
And then more goes, are you sure it's just the dice?
Yes,
You're not-
actually. So far, I
you're not-
have not fudged a thing.